on the stage. Shalom, family. Good to see you all here. Hope you're doing well. So, y'all, we're going to talk about Vivek. He was just ran off of social media. He closed down all of his social media account because those MAGA folks, they wouldn't leave him alone. They were being all racist all over his social media, and he could not handle it. You know, this is so fitting. And the reason why I'm saying this is because when Vivek first came on the political scene, he went full throttle being towards racist towards our people. He couldn't keep so called black people out of his mouth. Every chance he got, every time he was in front of a white crowd, he was saying something derogatory about us. Now, look at the irony. The same people he was trying to entertain and get to vote for him when he was running for president are the same ones that have turned up on him now. And look at how fast he folded. Man, if you can't take the heat on social media, how the hell are you going to handle the job of the governorship? It's going to be even worse. See, I think he really thought he was in. He was really in with these folks. And the bottom line is, he will never be in with these folks. You know why? Because they never forgot him calling white people mediocre and saying that that's why they need visas to bring over people from India and places like that because they're smarter than Americans. See, they never forgot that. And you'll see that when we go through the video. Everybody that brought that up were white. So they're not forgiving Vivek for that. And I told y'all a few months back, he is never going to win the governorship. Right now, he couldn't even win being in charge of the dog pound. I don't believe he could win that either. These folks don't like him. They don't like him. And when he went, and I don't know why he went to Turning Point USA and they dragged him for being Hindu. And I mean, things ain't turned. You think it's bad? I want to show y'all an article that came out on the 8th. I want to show you this article. Mm. Vivek apparently had a bodyguard that watched over his family. Well, his bodyguard got arrested for drug trafficking. Don't look like things are looking up for you, Vivek. Your bodyguard that was protecting your family got arrested. He got arrested for drug trafficking. And this came out in Newsweek on January 8th. Wow. Y'all, this is not good. This is not good. But you know what, Vivek? This is, as far as I'm concerned, exactly what your butt deserves. I don't even feel bad for you. I don't feel bad that these folks have showed you who they really truly are. There is no way you're going to be a dark skinned East Indian man in America and you're not going to see a day of racism. You're going to see plenty of it. It doesn't matter if you keep trying to come after us to make yourself look good. It's never going to work. Anybody that have tried those things can tell you it never works. Never, never. And it will never work for you. But you packed up and left social media. So I guess you don't have a backbone at all. So, all right. Okay, so just a reminder, y'all. The flaxseed and aloe vera hair gel is still up for sale, 25% off. All right. It should deduct it off automatically. Usually when I create these codes, it takes it off automatically. If it don't, just use flaxseed 25. That's the promo code. And the sale is still on until the 11th of January at 12 midnight. All right. And you should see pent up in the chat my give, send, go for my upcoming surgery. And I want to thank each and every one of you that have donated already. I deeply appreciate it. That doesn't work for me, Danielle. My damage is very severe. That's why I have to go under the knife because they said my nerves are badly damaged. So anyway, my surgery date is February 18th, and it's going to be on my right arm where I have nerve damage from it. It actually came from being sick. So, y'all, thank you. I pray the Most High gives every dime you gave to me back to you tenfold. Betty Felder, thank you so much for your super sticker. I deeply appreciate your support for my channel. All right, y'all, we're going to go ahead and get started. But it is going to be very clear. These folks do not like Vivek. They don't like him at all. And he's been pandering to them forever, and they still don't like him. Please give me a 1 if you can see my screen. Oh, the magnesium. Yeah, I have that. By the way, Danielle, I do. I have you're talking about the lotion with the magnesium in it. Yes, I have that. And you can purchase it. It is available. Thank you, Yoshef, for becoming a new member. All right, y'all. Thank you for the one. So I want you to listen to how these folks are speaking about Vivek. There is nobody, especially white people, that, like I said, he pandered to all this time. They don't even like him. They don't like him at all. They find him to be annoying. Okay.
Have you seen how Vivek Ramaswamy has sworn off social media? He says he wrote in the Wall Street Journal this week saying he deleted X, he deleted Instagram. He's just going to have his aides post for him, saying that politicians can get stuck in kind of a feedback loop on these apps and it's not a real representation of reality, he said. He also said it's easier said than done. So we'll see how long this social media detox lasts. But I think it's also important to note that social media not only helped Vivek rise in the 2024 presidential election, got him on the map also with Doge, but it's also gotten him in trouble before. There's that tweet that's gone viral a few times where he talks about immigrants being like Screech and typical American students being like Zach from Saved by the Bell. That got a lot of criticism. So for now, the Republican candidate for governor, the presumptive nominee for the Republican Party here in Ohio, swearing off social media. What do you think? Is this a good decision?
We have something that social media's word projection of reality is reinforced inside modern government. Political staffers on both sides of the aisle. There we go into both sides. Oh, we know where this is going. We know. I said he ready to take a stand. Both sides. Get out of here. Get the hell out. Get out. Get out. Get out. Okay, get out. Get out. Shout out to all the subscribers and the members here on the channel. Don't forget to like the video. My name is Reese Waters, and this is Racist of the Week, where we explore the stupidity and hypocrisy of discrimination in hopes we can build a more perfect union. And also laugh. As usual, I would like to thank today's sponsor, Racism. And of course, if you see any nominees, you can drop them in the comments. You can email me at admin@reesewaters.com. Today's nominee, we bullied Vivek off Twitter from Nick Fuentes. Vivek, you didn't let them run you off Twitter, did you? No, you know it. Now, I know you've been bullied before. This ain't your first rodeo. Come on, Vivek, what happened? My social media feeds are littered with hundreds of slurs, most from accounts that I don't recognize, about Pajeets and streets. Nah, Vivek, no, we not, I don't, no. You know, it sounds like you got a victim mentality. Isn't that what you taught me, Vivek? Don't be a victim. It sounds like you have a victim mentality, sir. And I know they said the one thing about pooping in the street, that whole Virginia Beach thing, but they not still on that. Maybe they meant because you work so hard, because you work so hard, and that you don't even got time for bathroom breaks because you be working so hard. You know what I mean? Maybe that's what they. Well, at least, are you ready to call out the racism? It sounds like you're ready to call out the racism. Are you ready to take a stand? Social media is a trap for politicians. I'm swearing off Instagram and X, where it's too easy to get a distorted sense of the public's concerns. On New Year's Eve, I deleted X and Instagram from my phone. I'll spend my newfound time listening to more voters in real-world Ohio, developing more policies to make our state affordable, and being more present with my family. Not to mention rapping Eminem and collecting garbage. You forgot rapping Eminem and collecting garbage. That's also things that you will spend your time doing.
Loud, hope is his mouth, but the words won't come out. He's joking how everybody's joking now. The clock's run out, time's up, over plow.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks. My experience at Turning Point USA's America Fest conference in December was a case in point. I delivered a speech arguing that the U.S. is a nation defined above all by ideals, not shared bloodlines. Based on social media comments beforehand, I expected to be booed. Okay, if we're honest, that's not just based on social media comments beforehand. That's also based on the last time you were at Turning Point USA. Oh, we remember.
Jesus Christ is God, and there is no other God. He is part of the Holy Trinity, and any other God is a demon, and it's false. How can you represent the constituents of Ohio who are 64% Christian if you are not a part of that faith? If you are an Indian, a Hindu, coming from a different culture, different religion than those who founded this country, those who grew this country, built this country, made this country the beautiful thing that it is today, what are you conserving? You are bringing change. I'll be 100% honest with you. Christianity is the one truth.
Christian voices should be the main voice of America, and I want to know basically why you seem to be, and I don't mean to be horribly offensive, but why you seem to be masquerading as a Christian.
Familiar with the Ten Commandments? You call yourself a Hindu, but you also call yourself Christian.
I don't call myself Christian. I call myself a Hindu.
Do you think it's inappropriate for someone who's a Hindu to be, say, a U.S. president?
No, I think it's no. Well,
You be honest.
isn't Hinduism?
Because you're an Indian.
I expected to be booed. If you scroll through them after, you'd believe that's what happened. But in reality, I received a standing ovation from a politically engaged audience of well over 20,000.
Front page of the Ohio Register here. So let's just start with this first one here. This picture here, all these Somalians. And then I went down a little bit further and it says the Somali Chamber of Commerce endorses Vivek Ramaswamy for governor. And it's kind of like, well, is that a good thing or not? So tell me about that article, okay?
Yeah, so there's two main components in there. I think the first one you touched on in the title, right? That's the lead, which is back in February, the president of the Somali Chamber of Commerce, which has a location in Columbus, Ohio, his name is Shafir Shafat. On social media, he goes by Shafi Ahmed. And he endorsed Vivek Ramaswamy. They met in February. Vivek spoke with the Somali Chamber of Commerce. And according to his post, they had a very long conversation. And the main takeaways that Sheffy posted about came down to the fact that he felt Vivek was going to be the candidate that was really going to empower minority communities and create opportunities for them. And that is what led to the endorsement from the Chamber of Commerce, the Somali Chamber of Commerce. And I tell you, it could not have come at a worse time. I think that, you know, if you've been following the social media footprint of Vivek right now, it's not a good one.
If you ever wanted to see what a generational fumble looks like, look no further than to Vivek Ramaswamy. It has been 1 year since he tweeted this, and he is still paying the price for it. Basically, in this tweet, he was saying that the reason why all these companies were bringing in foreigners was because Americans are lazy. And he also said that America has breeded a culture of mediocrity. Now, when he said Americans, we all know who he's really talking about. Boy, I tell you, when this tweet was posted last year, the backlash was epic. They were calling him all slurs that you can think of. I think the reason why Indian racism has gone up this past year is because of this tweet. And to this day, they're still quote tweeting this, even naming today Vivek Crash Out Day. I want to focus on Vivek and what he lost specifically. He was supposed to be running Doge along Elon Musk, but because of that tweet he made last year, he had to quit Doge. And it was because of that, he could no longer move his family to Washington, D.C. I mean, talk about a generational fumble, but not for just Vivek, also his family too. His kids could have gone to a great school here. He could have taken his wife out to great restaurants in Washington, D.C., but you know she is still mad about that. And now he's been banished to run for Ohio, a race most people think he will lose in. It is crazy to see the downfall of Vivek Ramaswamy this past year, because at one point he was like the darling of the Republican Party. Now every time he talks, he gets ratioed on Twitter.
Ohio has been very unhinged with their news this week. First things first, Vivek canceled all his social media accounts. The team is the only ones running the social media because he got backlash from his own party from the recent speech he did at Turning Point. I wonder what it's like when the people on your side use their own racist tactics against you. Second, DeWine got on stage to let everyone know, hey, fraud is not happening in this state. So please stop getting on social media and stating that fraud is running rampant with the Somali community in Columbus. A Republican governor got on stage and said, bro, this is not happening. We have steps to prevent this. And last year, they found 0.2% of fraud in Ohio. And last but not least, some guy vandalized JD Vance's house in Cincinnati over break. They caught the guy, but what I find funny is that no one's talking about it because no one fucking cares about JD Vance. Hilarious. Boy, oh boy, Ohio, you like to keep things interesting.
I think Vivek Ramaswamy might be showing the whole world how to lose an election. Vivek started as pretty much a nobody, and then he ran for president in 2024, which he ended up dropping out and endorsing Trump. And then he was supposed to be a part of Doge with Elon Musk, and then he backed out of that. Then he basically told the whole world that we need H-1B visas and that Americans don't work hard enough, which obviously pissed off Americans. And then he decided to run for governor of Ohio. So the other day he came out with this Wall Street Journal article where he says social media is a trap for politicians. I'm swearing off Instagram and X, where it's too easy to get a distorted sense of the public's concerns. Apparently any kind of post now on any of these sites is just going to be from his team, I guess, updating on if he's doing like a campaign or something. But he himself is not going to be running these accounts. It's funny because he just posted this less than a month ago. If you're scared of your comment section, you're not fit to lead. Funny how things change in just like a 3-week period. And his opponent in the Republican primary has straight been calling him out on it. In 2026, in the age of social media, you can't quit social media and expect to win an election. That is the best way to talk to your voters and communicate with them. And what you're saying is that you're scared of them or scared of having any kind of pushback at all. This is not a good look when you're trying to be the leader of the whole state of Ohio.
I mean, you're going to drop completely from using your social medias, and you're going to be completely inauthentic and let other people do it for you? I'm not sure that's going to work out, especially in the conservative side. Like that's not going to, people aren't going to be happy about that. And if he's complaining about slurs and crap like that online, that's going to go even worse for him. So I don't know. It sounds like Vivek is trying to make a bid to make me support his primary challenger at this point. I'm not sure what's happening here.
Yeah, that's weird. because I mean he actually is pretty savvy on social media. And
that's what I thought. That's what I thought. I mean, like I thought he was really good with social media, and it appears that he is not doing very well with it. So I don't know what's happening.
Yeah, I mean, it could also be that as a candidate, I don't know. I mean, in today's world, I would think he would hold his accounts and just have a staffer post whatever he wants, because that's what Trump does, right? Like Trump has his personal account, everybody knows that account, and he literally tells whoever to type whatever he says, and they do it. You know what I mean? So he's not like actually texting or tweeting.
Yeah, but that's
things,
because Trump is 1,000 years old, and Trump likes to read things like a dinosaur. I mean, like you guys have heard the story, right? I've got a friend of mine who was like a caddy at the Trump.
All right. So the bottom line is Vivek is not going to win. And the fact that he took himself off, because he was dealing with a lot of slurs. I mean, the MAGA folks have been turning up on him online, but serves him right. Wasn't it him that went on CNN and got Don Lemon fired because he was quoting the history wrong on purpose? And wasn't it Vivek that stood, and we saw recordings of him standing in front of crowds just dragging us? So the fact that this is happening, man, it couldn't happen to a better person. That's how I see it. All praises to the Most High. See, this is what happens when you try to come for the chosen people. When you try to come for the Most High's silver and gold. When you try to come for the apple of his eye. Now you're going to pay. And you are going to pay, and it's going to be very public. See, when you lose this election, which I know you will, they going to make a spectacle of you out in public and all over social media. Just be ready for it, Vivek. So, y'all, I'm going to go ahead and conclude. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for your donations. It's still got a ways to go, but it still is looking very good, and I deeply appreciate it. And y'all, I have my next live stream at 1:45. We're going to get into some things that have been going on that will impact us ultimately. And they're keeping it completely out of the media. There's a lot of things happening. So we'll be getting into it starting at 1:45 on. So I will see you then. Shalom, family.